Hey there, hope you're doing well. The past couple of weeks have been super busy for me in the photography world, in my photography. I've been doing a ton of shoots, tons of different kinds of shoots. There's been a lot of work. I've been working really hard these past couple of weeks. And I've sort of come to a realization with something. And it's something I've sort of been thinking about for a little while, but I sort of just landed on it in this past week or so. And that is in regards to clients. Now, let me give you a little context. I have been doing photography for quite a while. The past couple of years, I've been taking it way more seriously than I did any time before that. Probably the last 3 years, I've been taking it a whole lot more seriously than I ever had before. I have begun to build a group of clients that I work with regularly, once a month, every couple of months, something like that. I'm their guy. I'm the guy that they go to for their content, for social media, or what have you. I'm the guy that they use for all of their work in regards to photo and video. And I work with a lot of great people. I'm happy that they trust me to produce their content and trust me to represent their brand adequately and in a way that they are pleased with. But as clients have come and gone, and I've worked with all kinds of different people doing all kinds of different things, I've begun to realize that some people are not going to be your perfect client. What do I mean by that? Well, something that gets talked about a whole lot in terms of building just a business in general is find your perfect customer. Like, imagine the person that you would just kill to work with and build a business that is going to be attractive to that kind of customer. Well, that's fantastic, but at a certain point, you sort of just have to take the work that comes. It may not necessarily be your perfect client right then, but you gotta take the work that comes because you need to make some money, or you're trying to get exposure in your community, you're trying to get a little bit more connected in your community, whatever reason it may be. They're all fine reasons, but you have to take the work that comes to you sometimes. And it's not always gonna be that perfect person. What made me sort of realize that is I have worked with people who, to them, I am not really anything more than the guy that knows how to work the camera. I'm just there because they don't know how to work a camera, I do, and they need somebody that can use a camera. They're not really interested in what you have to say artistically, or even in a direction that you think a project should go. They just need you there to get what they need done and then move on. Now, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun, and trust me, it's not. As you build your photography business, you're gonna start doing work with more and more people doing more and more different kinds of things. And every now and then you're gonna happen upon somebody that is really not interested in you. They're interested in your camera. Again, that sounds like a bad thing, but there's a silver lining to it. I promise I'm getting there. Having clients like that, where you're just the camera guy, is really going to help you build the picture of your perfect client in your brain. The more clients I've had where I'm just the camera guy, in one way or another shaped what I'm looking for in my clientele. The people I want to advertise to, the people I want to market to look like X. And all of these traits of this person I've accumulated from these different experiences with different clients. So I said at the beginning that you usually will take all kinds of clients kind of when you're starting out, when you're building a business sort of from a fresh start. Those clients that you're just sort of taking on because you need some work, or you might be interested in the kind of job they have to offer or whatever, aren't gonna stay around forever. If you are really hashing out what your perfect client looks like in your brain, at a certain point you're going to transition into working for those people. But you cannot disregard the importance of doing small jobs on the front end, doing jobs that you're not super excited about on the front end. You can't start working with your perfect client immediately. That's something I think that gets lost in translation when talking about who you want your clients to be. So you cannot disregard those small jobs, those odd jobs, because they're gonna help you in a number of ways. One of those being making clear to you what your perfect client looks like. Because you might work this odd job and realize, this is everything I've wanted to do. This is a fun job. This is a fun kind of shoot. I enjoy working with the people in this field. And on the flip side, you might find, man, that is just not for me. Like, that kind of photography, those kind of people, that's not a field I want to work in. That's not something I enjoy. And you can move on from that job and have learned something. It's good to paint a picture of your perfect client. It's good to know what you want to do, and it's good to market to the people that can let you do what you want to do. But you can't disregard the odd jobs, especially if you're starting out, pretty new to this. You gotta take the odd jobs because you're gonna learn a lot from those kind of jobs, and you're gonna learn a lot about what you want your clients to be, and you might stumble upon something you really love. Odd jobs are great, take all of them until you get to a point where you don't necessarily need to. If you're open and receptive to it, your clients can teach you a lot. If you're just sitting, listening, watching, and healthily critical of your own work with those people, you can learn a whole lot from any kind of job. Be attentive, be intentional with how you're using your time. And some of my most favorite clients have come from connections I've made with clients that are not my perfect client. And that just goes to show that you can't ever disregard the job. Don't write it off entirely just because it's not the photography you do. If you're starting out, you don't do any kind of photography yet. You don't have the luxury of being able to choose. Do them all and do your very best. You'll learn what you're good at, you'll learn what you're not so good at, and you'll learn a lot from each of those jobs. So paint a picture of your perfect client in your brain, figure out who that is, figure out what you want to market to, and the people you want to market to, and figure out the kind of jobs you want to do. But don't disregard the little stuff. It could change a lot for you, and you could learn a whole lot from it. So if this video was helpful, these are just some thoughts I've been having in regards to my clients and my business at large. Thought I would share them with you. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was cohesive and coherent. And if you got any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'd love to answer them if I can. And I think that's about it. Catch y'all later.